What's going on, Vancouver? Welcome to the Vancouver Fitness Podcast. Inside this episode, we're going to be talking about the tech that you should be using in regards to your health and fitness. We use a ton, and we spent a lot of money, thousands of dollars on tech. So you don't have to, because we're going to talk about the best ones and also some of the worst ones and some of the ones that are just not necessary, but also our favorites. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Josko, and I am the owner of Kraken and also the host of this podcast. And I'm sitting here with Brandon Nye,
who's a strength and conditioning coach, jiu-jitsu black belt, and the co-owner of Kraken Fitness. And together, we've helped thousands of people across the Lower Mainland achieve their body composition and performance goals. So, welcome to the podcast.
Roll the intro. We use a lot of tech for fitness.
Tons.
And I think that a lot of people, they could benefit from using more tech, but I also think that people use some stupid tech that doesn't do anything.
And we're guilty of using it ourselves, so we know.
100%, because I've spent hundreds of dollars on tech that I don't even use anymore. But I also spend some really solid money on stuff that I use all the freaking time. And it's so useful.
So much.
So I would say probably the best investment that I've ever made was probably the Oura Ring. Because the Oura Ring was probably about $400, $500. I can't remember exactly. Somewhere around there. And I use it on a daily basis, and I make sure it's charged every single day. I look at the stats every single day. And for those of you that don't know, an Oura Ring is basically just like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, but it tracks your sleep really well. And the nice thing about it is that not only does it have really good metrics, it also is very sleek. Like, you don't really feel it on you. It's just a little ring. There's nothing that buzzes on your wrist like Apple Watches or Fitbits. It's just on your ring or on your finger, and you just totally forget about it.
Yeah, I used to be one of those people who didn't really like wearing jewelry or just any accessories for that matter. And I thought it would take me a while to get used to wearing an Oura Ring, but not at all. Now it's like, when I don't wear it, when I'm like, man, I'm washing dishes or like taking a shower, it feels like it's missing.
Yeah. And I noticed that whenever I'm watching TV and I'm seeing like super, not TV, like let's say like YouTube and stuff, and I'm seeing, what do you call them? Like, I don't know, like celebrities, I guess. They're using Oura Rings. I can see the Oura Ring on their hand. Like, it's like, what is that black thing? Come on.
Yeah.
It's got to be an Oura Ring.
Has to be that big chunky ring.
So yeah, I would say it's very common amongst people who are more successful to be using that kind of tech to see exactly how to stay sharp all the time.
Yeah, my girlfriend calls it a cult because we'll go to like staff events and like 6 or 8 of us are wearing Oura Rings.
Yeah.
And we're putting them together like twin powers. We're like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and I think that's the case. I think it's very common. People are using them all the time.
But I think it's super important. For the matter, it's changed my life. Like, I originally got it just to be, oh yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how my sleep quality is. And then I look at it the first week, I'm like, oh, that's not as good as I thought it would be. And then it became an addiction for me to improve it. And it was like a little game to start off, but further down the road, it became an actual lifestyle where it's like, I need to get to bed by this time, or I can't go out and drink because my Oura Ring stats are going to be low, which means my next day is not going to be as efficient.
So when I wake up in the morning, there's a few things that I do immediately upon waking up, which is basically check my calendar. I log my weight. I log my macros from the day before into my spreadsheet. And I also check the business finances, and then I check my personal finances, and I think that's pretty much it. And I find the reason why I do that is because it brings it to awareness right away at the beginning of my day. Like, it's right there, right in my face, and there's no hiding behind it. And, you know, it's people who are overweight tend to not weigh themselves. And they're building up the pressure and that anxiety by not doing it. And then eventually it's going to get to a point where you're going to need to weigh yourself. And it's like, holy shit, I gained 20 pounds. But I stop my weight gain, my unnecessary, unwanted weight gain, right as soon as it starts happening by weighing myself every single day. I'm like, holy shit, like I overate this weekend. You know what? I'm just gonna like take it easy for today. Boom. Next day, it's already down. I don't end up gaining weight just because of the fact that I'm weighing myself every single day. So that's what we always tell clients who go on vacation, right? It's like weigh yourself every single day while you're on vacation, because like the first day you gain 5 pounds and you're like, okay, let's slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And so it brings these things to the front of your mind and makes your decision making so much easier when you have an Oura ring on like drinking, right? It's like you see the stats one day and you're like, was that even worth it? Like I mean, I feel a little bit shitty, but I can't believe my score is 50. Like I don't want to do that to myself. So yeah, it's definitely a useful tool to stop your bad habits. 100%.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's just all about like gathering data and making decisions off the data. But if you have no data to go off of, you're just, swinging around and seeing, hopefully you hit something, but usually you don't if you don't have actual data to go off of.
And $400 every single time somebody hears that, like, oh, $400, they're like, oh my God, that's so expensive. But dude, you spend money on stupider shit. And like the amount of money that I make off my more Oura ring by being more effective is worth every penny.
100%.
I think I got in 10 times my worth. And I think the reason why Oura charges so much is because of that exact reason. They know how much it's worth.
Yeah, they know. And I thought I would be like one of those people like, yeah, maybe I'll use it for 2 or 3 months. Like used it for over a year and I don't think I've missed a single day.
Yeah.
It's like you said, where I'll like see a notification on my phone being like, oh, you need to charge your Oura ring by tonight or else it won't take your stats.
Like, dump that thing
yeah,
off the freaking charger.
I'm not doing anything for the next hour.
Yeah.
Getting it charged.
Letting it charge, yeah.
But the Oura ring does have some downsides to it. So it's not like all fine and dandy. I just wish the workout metrics were better on it.
I think they just recently improved it. I don't know if you saw that this week. So I went for a walk. I don't know if you saw this. I'll screenshot it and so people watching on YouTube can see the metrics on this. But if I go to yesterday's workout, which was I worked out multiple times yesterday, but the walk specifically that I went on, it logged it.
Oh, it did? Yeah.
So it actually logged the route that I took. Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to share this because it's from my house and then back there and it shows my exact address. So I'm not going to put that online. But it's basically just mapping the route. And I didn't even tell it to do it. It just did it right away. So
yeah. No, I've just been on like the spin bike before or I've gone on a walk before. And I was like, I can't wait to see what my heart rate was during that exercise period. And then come back and it didn't register.
But you can actually start tracking the heart rate.
Yeah, you have to physically start doing it.
Yeah, you have to.
Sometimes it'll actually do it automatically.
Yeah,
which is nice. I think that it with its competitor Whoop, it'll actually just start.
Yeah, but the thing is with Whoop, right? That's a fitness tracker. That's an actual fitness tracker. This is a sleep tracker.
Correct. Yeah. So we had to differentiate the two because those both get kind of conflated with each other. They're always compared with each other because Whoop does have sleep metrics as well,
but they're not nearly
as good as Oura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also now Oura just recently, about a week ago, made so many updates and it's better now than Fitbit. That's confirmed. So the sleep metrics are better. Before Fitbit was better and Apple Watch was better, but now for sure Oura Ring is where it's at. You like if you are going to spend money on some sort of tracker, get a freaking Oura Ring.
Totally.
But of course, like if you already have an Apple Watch, just use the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they're still really good too.
It's just bringing awareness. Like
that's all it is.
Our friend JP from Jiu Jitsu, he listened to our podcast before and we always talk about Oura Rings. And he would come and he would show me his like sleep stats. And it's pretty good for having just an Apple Watch. It still showed like the different sleep cycles, how much time he was getting sleep. And for him, it was just, he's like, wow, I didn't realize I was getting 4 hours of actual sleep at night. And I was like, yeah, man, you got to improve that.
Yeah. Yeah. Your 6 hours of sleep is actually like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have to think about how long it takes you to fall asleep.
And then the short times that you're actually awake during the middle of the night when you don't realize it or you don't remember it when you wake up in the morning.
That's what we do. So number 1, Oura Ring, right? Okay, so now I'm going to throw in 2 that are together, but are absolutely necessary. And yeah, I would say Oura Ring for me is the most important, but these 2 I can't live without either. My body weight scale and my food scale. Because those are the things that are going to ultimately give me the best results. And I use them on a daily basis more than I use my Oura Ring.
Agreed.
So weighing yourself every single day, and then also weighing your food and tracking it into some sort of app. We use MyFitnessPal, but you can use pretty much anything.
The nice thing about these gadgets is you don't really need to have like brand name ones.
Yeah.
You can have like, well, we have Renfo scales. When I think like Black Friday's on sale, they're like $20.
Yeah.
And they're really nice because they connect to your phone. And so like you can just open up your phone, you can weigh yourself in and it'll log it.
Yeah.
Every day. So the better, like, especially for these awareness apps or awareness gadgets, I would say, the thing that's best with them is the least steps it takes to get your data, right? So if you can just open it, step on it, log it, it's way better, right? Than actually having like physically have to punch things in, especially for people who aren't used to like weighing themselves every day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But that's another thing that you mentioned. So I use spreadsheets to track everything inside. So I track my weight inside, and then I also track my macros inside, and then I'll also log my Oura Ring stats inside, so I can see like averages and stuff like that, and so I can see it all on one spreadsheet. You know, so that's another thing too, that it's good to have the data there, but it's also better to also input it into something and maybe graph it and things like that. I mean, if you were to work as a professional athlete and you paid somebody to do, like, somebody would do this stuff for you.
Right.
They'd say like, here's the Oura Ring, here's the scale, here's your, like, do all this stuff, and then I'll collect the data, I'll tell you what to do.
Right.
Yeah. But you can do it for yourself 100%.
And for fairly like cheap.
Yeah. By the way, if you're enjoying this episode, tag us on Instagram at Coach Kraken and at Vancouver Fitness Podcast. Our goal with this podcast isn't to sell you anything, but it's just to give the experts in Vancouver a voice and a platform so they can share their knowledge and bring us more value. And now back to the podcast. Okay, so I'm about to throw personal trainers under the bus, even though I own a gym. If you wanted to lose weight, right? If you wanted to lose weight or you wanted to transform your body, like if you just did those, if you had those three things, right? If you just had an Oura Ring, weighed your food, and weighed yourself every single day, put it in a spreadsheet, I 100% guarantee that you will be like a normal BMI, and then you will be also like fit. I guarantee it.
Those like three tools themselves will give you more than enough data to change your body composition however you want.
Yeah.
More than enough data.
And you don't even have to be an expert. You could just literally just follow whatever MyFitnessPal is telling you and just do it. The thing is, the reason why people pay us is for the accountability, for the knowledge, and for the outsourcing of the actual. That's why we call it fitness outsource, right? Kraken is fitness outsource because they're outsourcing their fitness to us. They're like, I don't have the time, nor do I like want to think about this. And when I'm put on to my own devices, I don't do this. So that's why I'm giving it to you, because this is really important to me. I just I'm not good at doing this by myself. Like, personal trainers need to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the next fitness gadget that I really enjoy, I mean, I kind of convinced you to get one, BedJet.
Yeah, BedJet.
So
wait, no, I got it first.
No.
Yeah, I got it first.
I got it first. You were thinking about buying it. I got it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
messaged
you're right.
And you said, all right, I'm getting one too. We both got it within a span of a week.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, a BedJet is a device that will sit at the bottom of your bed, and it's shaped like an Xbox. And it has this hose from the Xbox, and it goes underneath your comforter. And what it'll do, it will cool or warm the air underneath your comforter.
Mm-hmm.
So you can regulate the temperature of your bed using this.
So I don't use it on a completely regular basis. I use it yesterday. I used it last night just because the house is cold, and then we turn on the heat into the bed. It warms up for like 30 minutes, and then it just turns off for the rest of the night, because usually you want a colder room anyway, but it's nice falling asleep to like nice and warm bed.
Yeah.
And in the summer, we use it like almost religiously, just because it's hot, and then also like sweating in bed sucks. But I remember one time how you phrased the BedJet, the benefits. So you can, I think you know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah. Having a BedJet is like having fresh sheets like all the time.
Yeah, 24/7.
Every day, every night, fresh sheets, like straight out of the laundry. You know, it's cool. No one's been in it yet. That's what it's like having a BedJet. But the BedJet's main feature is regulating the temperature like over the night, and you can change it to regulate over like a different time span. So for instance, you can have it warm up a little bit more in the evening and then it'll cool off down in the middle of the night when you want your heart rate to drop, you want your core body temperature to drop it to its lowest, and then bring you back up to a warmer temperature in the morning to wake you up.
So a lot of people, they'll say like, all right, what is this thing? Like 150, 200 bucks?
This one's expensive.
Yeah. So I think now it's like upwards of like $700, maybe even more now that like so many people are using it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of influencers that are jumping on the BedJet train. So yeah, $700, probably not worth it to me. Because in the summer you could just use an AC, and then in the winter you could just suck it up and put on some socks or something. But
it's a luxury for sure.
Yeah.
But because you and I are into fitness gadgets or like health gadgets, we had to do it.
Yeah. So if somebody's complaining about sweating during their sleep, yeah, I would get it. Yeah, it's something that bothers you. Like I would get it. But if you're just trying to, I don't know, like just improve yourself by 1%, like is it worth it? If you have the money for it, yeah.
Not as much as the other three that we've mentioned before, for sure.
Yeah, if you're buying a BedJet and you're not tracking your macros, you're not watching what you eat, and you don't weigh yourself, and you don't have an Oura ring,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is the top of the.
This is like whipping cream on top of sundae.
Yeah. So that's a BedJet.
But there's other like cooling bed devices as well.
Yeah, totally. So like from what I remember, there's also 8 Sleep.
Chili Pad.
The Chili Pad. Yeah, so there's different versions, but they're all around the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be expecting to pay like around $1,000 for any of these devices that are going to be cooling or heating your bed.
Yeah.
But the next thing that we use, that everybody should use, is a actual ergonomic pillow. The one that we use is
Purple Pillow,
which is basically like a web, and then if you put your head on it, it actually stays cool, and then also like it feels like your head's like on a cloud. It's just being fully supported.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Purple Pillow is it's like a web of foam. So the middle portion of it where your actual head goes is very soft, and it's mobile foam.
I don't know, it's not foam, it's
I think it is foam.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a comb foam.
No, it's not foam, it's like silicone.
Yeah,
well, it's not like
right.
I don't know if it's necessarily silicone. I don't know if you should keep your face on silicone.
Yeah,
but it's some sort of like actual material that like is not bad for you.
Yeah, and then the outer ridges of the pillow are a little bit more stiff for like that bridge of your neck support. So I think ever since I've gotten this, I haven't woke up with neck pain.
Yeah,
because sometimes you'll be rolling around in bed and you just wake up in an awkward position. It's just the nature of going to sleep. But ever since I've had the Purple Pillow, I never wake up with random neck pain.
I think if you're buying your pillow from Costco, you're making a big mistake. You should be spending at least $100 to $150 on your pillow, if not more than that, because the Purple Pillow is over $200. Sometimes it's on sale for $180, but you should be spending upwards of $150 on your pillow, especially if you're keeping your pillow for like like 2 years
at least. And then think about like how much you're in bed. For us, we're in bed for anywhere between like 7 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Right? At least every day. And if that could improve your efficiency and how productive you are the next day, $200 is nothing. Really.
Yeah. So 100% worth it. Yeah. So you know what? This is actually more important than this should be included in the
top
if we were to
prioritize here.
Yeah. Prioritize. I would say
Oura ring.
Scale.
All three of those together.
And wait, both scales.
Yeah.
Body weight scale. Yeah. You got to do this. I would say the only one that we've mentioned is that you don't need is the BedJet. Yeah, that's bonus.
We're getting into luxury here, but optimization.
Okay, so I want to just mention like a stupid fitness gadget that everybody has. I think it's just dumb. I spent like $600 on it as well. Those massage guns.
Yeah, I got one for Christmas one year. I barely ever use it.
And the reason why you barely use it is because like it just doesn't do the job that you'd expect it to.
Not only that, it's like, okay, so you want to use a massage gun, but you don't want to use it on other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's meant to use on other people. Yeah. So when you're actually using a massage gun on yourself, it's like an awkward position to be in.
It's an awkward position, but also dude, it's vibrating your freaking arm. And like when you like use it for anything over 2 minutes, my hand feels weird after.
Yeah.
It's like, this ain't right.
Same with your head. It feels like your whole body's been shaken.
Yeah, so yeah, that's another thing. Like I want to use it for my head and neck, but then it doesn't feel like great after.
You like hurt your neck reaching around with your other arm
Yeah.
to hold it there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, so I don't think they're worth it. And that's why I think they're dropping in price significantly, because you can literally find it on Amazon for $30. When it first came out, I paid $600 for it.
Yeah.
Like I had to pay American because there was no Canadian company doing it or anything. Yeah, it sucked. And it took like a month to get here.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, I fall for every trend.
No, but it's worth it because now you have experience about talking about it.
Yeah, I don't mind spending money on this stuff. Like, I want to know.
I mean, when they first came out, they were pretty like revolutionary, right? People were like, wow. Like,
I do think like percussion while you're like, for example, I think it just needs way more pressure because they have those rollers that vibrate. Those ones are really cool. They're just really loud. Like they shake the entire building because you're using it on your leg and then applying pressure into the ground.
Yeah,
it's like
I had a friend. He lived in an apartment building and he had one of those, and Strata like actually had to talk to him because he's like, dude, you can't use that on the floor because everyone in the building hears you using it.
Yeah. No, I totally see that for sure. Even in our gym, like I'm sure that upstairs people would hear it.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing, because it needs way more pressure than what you can do with a massage gun. So that's another thing too. Like the only time that the massage gun ever helps is when I just really fucking jam it in there and just like really just, and then it'll do something, but otherwise it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, there's always like an effect too, where it's if someone else is doing it to you, you can kind of relax as someone's applying that kind of pressure, but you'll never forcefully apply that much pressure to yourself.
Totally.
Like you always back off, or you'll tense up as you're pressing into yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So massage guns, nah, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. $30. Okay, buy it when it's at Costco for like $30.
But get a lacrosse ball, $5.
Yeah, even that, you're not going to use it.
Yeah. I use it sometimes.
Yeah. I never. I just don't see like what it really does. I'd rather just go to massage.
Yeah.
That's gonna be way better. And I think that's all the gadgets really that we use. Oh, right. The one that I use, like, that is friggin' awesome. And it's only $100, so it's worth it in my opinion. Blue light blocking glasses, but like the actual good ones. So I have two versions. I have one that is clear that I can use the computer while I'm using the computer. And then I definitely notice less eye strain. And then I also have the orange ones before bed, which definitely make a difference as well.
Is there a certain brand that you go for, or does it really matter?
I think you have to. So any brand that's like $30, I don't think they're the legit thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the actual orange ones that are fully blocking, that claim to be fully blocking. I don't think it does. I can tell. So I have ones that are cheap, that are just like safety goggles. And when you shine a blue light on it, you can't really see a reflection. So that means it goes right through. It's just orange.
You just look like Steven Seagal at that point.
Yeah.
Anderson, do the kick.
But with the more expensive ones that are like $100, I can't remember. It was like something with an S. I can't remember. It was on Amazon. But those ones, actually, you can see the blue light being fully reflected. And it also, when I got it in the mail, it came with like a little like guarantee that it was like whatever. So they had like some kind of company tested or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that one's a really cool little gadget. I think that everyone should be using blue light blocking at some capacity, which kind of brings us to the last one that we should talk about, that we've been talking about for the last like 4 podcasts.
At least, yes.
They're red light therapy.
So we won't talk about it too much.
Yeah, so red light therapy, 100%. We paid like $500 for ours. We got ours like on some kind of special deal, but you can get them for now, I don't know, like $700. I'm sure they will be cheaper in the future.
Just like massage guns, right?
Just like massage guns, yeah. Like it'll be the exact same thing once China like starts giving us
mass production.
They probably make it for like $10, selling us to dumb Americans for $700. But once people catch on, then they'll be back down to normal prices. But the thing is, so you have to be really careful buying red light therapy devices, because first of all, a lot of them claim to be red light, but it's actually just a blue light coated in a red film, and then it makes it look like it's red, but it's not a red light. That blue light is just going through, and it's just like coated. with these red lights, it's actually emitting red light. Like when you're using that inside a room that's dark, like all you can see inside the room is red. It's like purely red and black. That's how you know it's legit. And then also, you have to be really careful with red light devices because of the flicker as well. So a lot of people don't know if these lights right now above us, they're flickering. And it's like when you turn your phone on slow motion, you can see that flicker. So that is not good for you, obviously. You want to reduce your flicker because that's not natural. And although you can't see it, like your eyes and your are still reacting to it. So that's what causes eye strain and things like that. And so you want to make sure that your red light therapy has reduced flicker, if not any, like it should be like barely any. If you take all of that into account, it actually makes them really freaking expensive. Yeah. So you can easily spend $1,000 on a red light thing. And that's just for like personal use inside your home. No comments on that?
No, yeah, no, I love my red light therapy. It's pretty good. I use it in the morning. I feel like we've talked about it so much on this podcast. I'm like, yeah, word.
Yeah, we already talked about it so much. But that was just basically the tips. If you have to spend at least $500 on a small little device that's basically just good for your face. If you want like a full body thing, it's going to cost you upwards of $1,000, if not even $2,000. So that's basically how it works. We have two of them. We have one for the lower floor of our house and one for the upper floor because tired of taking them up and down the stairs. The kids use it twice per day. I use it twice per day. My wife uses it twice per day. We all use it twice per day. It's friggin' awesome. Definitely notice skin improvements. Notice my eyes are less strained.
Sleep.
Energy. Definitely, like if I could pinpoint the reason why I've been feeling better lately, I would say it's probably the red light therapy. I'm not sure how that's working. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the red light therapy. Who cares? Either way, placebo, doesn't matter. Still working. And yeah, skin definitely improved. Like it's just, I can feel it. Even after a week of using it, I could feel that my skin was like smoother. Pores are like decreasing, I guess you could say. Eyesight. I noticed that like my, I don't know if you noticed this, but like night vision has improved. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing that I noticed right away. I was like, oh, I can actually see in the dark now. Yeah. Other than that, I would say, yeah, it's also just good for you in general. Like you should use it. There's things that you don't feel immediately that are still that you are going to get benefits from using red light therapy.
And it's just comforting.
Yeah.
To use.
Oh, 100%. So if my kids use it at night, they fall asleep faster. That is 100% fact. And if I turn it on for them in the morning, they're definitely calmer in the morning. Like it's just easier for them to ease into the day with the red light. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has like some insane calming effect.
Yeah.
So highly, highly recommend that as well. But I would say those are devices. So we have basically the Aura Ring. We have the scales. We have Purple Pillow. We have the Bed Jet. Red light therapy. There's one more.
I think that was it.
No. Oh, yeah. We talked about massage guns too. Stupid.
Yeah. But we don't want massage guns.
Nah.
Yeah.
Just pay for a massage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it for this episode. And hope that gave you an idea of what you should spend your money on this Christmas. And we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.